Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a Q&A. Basically, I felt like after that hiatus that I took last year for however long, I should come back onto my channel with a Q&A, answer some of your questions, and then we'll get the ball rolling with my usual videos. My current favorite song, I'm gonna give you two just because I can't pick, and they're the two songs I've had on repeat for the last couple of days. The first one is by PHYSIO. It's called Selfish and it features Rihanna. You guys know I love Rihanna. The lyrics of that song are really nice. Give it a listen if you haven't already. The other song is a remix and it's Shape of You by Sheeran. However, it's the major Lazer remix featuring Nyla and Fran. If you haven't listened to either of those two songs, I will link them down below. Definitely go and check them out. Are you single? Yes, I'm single. Current read. So I'm reading this book right here, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson. It's a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. Highly recommend this book to you guys. You guys already saw it on my Snapchat. Definitely recommend reading this. It's blunt, it's hilarious. It gives you an outlook on things that you normally wouldn't think of. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what food would you choose? Do green smoothies count as food? We're gonna go with yes, just because some people use it as a meal replacement. I personally don't, but you guys know I'm a strong advocate of incorporating a green smoothie, even just one, into your daily routine. And they've been such a game changer for me, completely changed and transformed my life in a sense. Why do I keep saying as you guys know? Some of you might not know, some of you might be new to my channel, which if you are, I apologize for constantly saying that. Would I be able to fly or read minds? I don't really care to read someone's mind. I've never been one to care about what other people think or what they have to say. I kind of just do my own thing. So I'm gonna have to go with fly. I think that would be incredible. I love being up in the air. Heights don't scare me whatsoever. I just love being up there. Do you still limit your dairy like you did back when you were trying to get your acne under control? You guys always see me posting snaps of either a Dunkin' Donuts drink or a Starbucks drink. I am not vegan. I'm just gonna put that out there. Some of you guys think I'm vegan. I am not vegan. Usually what I get with those caffeinated drinks is almond milk. That's my go-to almost 99.9% of the time. On a given day, if I just feel like I don't really care and I just want to be a little daring, I'll get skim milk. Things that you learned in 2016. I learned a lot of life lessons in 2016. Last year alone, I probably learned the most life lessons that I've ever learned in my 29 years of existence. I was actually really thinking of filming a video, something along the lines of 29 life lessons that I've learned in 29 years. I would actually really enjoy sharing those life lessons with you guys. I think a lot of you really resonate with videos where I'm talking to you and just getting up close and personal with you, sharing my thoughts and my emotions with you. I know the last video resonated with a bunch of you guys and the response that it got brought me to tears. I was reading through the comments and I was bawling my eyes out. I already have like half of that list created in my journal. So if you guys want to see it, definitely let me know. Give this video a thumbs up or comment down below. I know you moved from Canada to the US for your career. If it came down to it, would you ever move further away? Yes, I would, but only to an island destination. That is the only place that I would willingly and happily agree to move to, because at the end of the day, I'm moving further away from my family, and family is number one. If I were to move further away, it would have to be a place that makes me really, really happy despite missing my family, and that would only ever be an island destination. You never know, maybe to teach at a Caribbean medical school, teach one of you guys, some of you guys. You just never know, just saying. What's your Dunkin' Donuts order? I always get their iced coffee with almond milk and then no sugar or sweetener added. I make sure to say that because, as you guys know, actually I don't know if you guys know this, I've said it on my Snapchat before. Oh no, I said it in the last video too. I quit sugar on January 1st of 2016 and hands down one of the best decisions I've ever made. Dunkin' Donuts and I, we're tight. We're really tight. I'm honestly so strange. Based on last year, what is the one piece of advice you'd give someone? That's a really good question. Well, there's two pieces of advice. I can't just say one. Number one would be to listen to your gut. It's not something random that you're experiencing. It's there for a reason. The universe is trying to tell you something. The energy around you is trying to tell you something. The vibrations that your body is feeling regarding a certain person or a certain situation or just anything in general. If your gut is telling you something's not right, believe it, trust it, because I can tell you in the last year alone, every single time that my gut was telling me something wasn't right and I decided to still go through with it, it turned out to be right. And I would always look back on the situation and just be like, why didn't I listen to my gut? The second piece of advice would have to be learn to say no. Just say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. You don't have to please the world. You don't have to say yes to everyone or anything that comes up especially at the cost of your own comfort or your own happiness, it's not going to make you a bad person or a bad friend by saying no and standing up for yourself. Quite frankly, it's going to make you a stronger person if you learn to say no to certain things or situations that you just know you don't want to do or you can't do. I said yes way too frequently over the last year, and it was to a point where I was very uncomfortable. I was very unhappy, and eventually I got to my breaking point where I was just like, I can't take this anymore. Most of the time, bottling things up doesn't really lead to anything good. Let's just put it that way. Has the thought of medical school ever intimidated you because of high expectations? Also glad to see you're doing well. Thank you. To be quite honest, and I mean this in the most humble way possible, I never found medical school intimidating. It's hard to explain. I think it's because my entire family, we've always excelled in school. We have always made school and our education and our career our number one priorities. I love learning. I love teaching. I love both of them. A lot of learning has to do with teaching, whether that's teaching yourself and talking out loud and acting like you're teaching a whole class. Probably one of the best ways to learn something is act like you're teaching someone. I think that's why, you know, I've never really found it intimidating. I don't know, that's kind of weird now that I think of it. Never really found medical school intimidating. Hi Seema, love your videos. I saw your snaps and was wondering, did you attend a Caribbean medical school? Either way, what's your opinion? What do you personally think about them? So I feel like I need a drum roll for this. This is the moment of truth. This is where I reveal to you what medical school I went to. Are you ready for this? I'm stalling. I went to the same medical school that my younger sister is currently at, which you would have seen in my previous video. And it also happens to be the same medical school that my older sister went to. Shocker, right? Yeah. So I did live in the Caribbean for 2 years. I lived on the same island that my sister's on, St. Kitts, for 2 years of my life. Hands down, one of the best experiences I've ever had. As far as my thoughts on Caribbean schools are concerned, or the process, just everything about that, I am making an entirely separate video all about that school and just Caribbean schools in general. All I have to really say is the fact that my older sister went there, I went there, and now my younger sister is going there. I think that speaks volumes about the success of this school. Also kind of, you know, it has to do in part with your determination, your hard work, but at the same time, the school sets you up for success. Let's just put it that way for now. I'm just wondering, would you ever consider doing any anatomy or physiology videos? As I've mentioned in a previous Q&A, I was a teaching assistant throughout medical school every single semester, and I did it for a number of courses, sometimes multiple during the same semester. My absolute favorite course to be a teaching assistant for was anatomy, and if you guys follow me on Snapchat, then you know that the entire month of January that I took that trip to the island with my younger sister, I was constantly snapping pictures in anatomy lab because I was helping out there, I was teaching there. And I remember the very last day before I left the island, before my vacation was over, instead of laying out on the beach or enjoying myself, going on a hike, whatever it is, I ended up going down to anatomy lab and I did a 2-hour review after lab hours for the class because that makes me happy. Teaching makes me happy. Anatomy makes me happy. So the answer to your question, as far as videos are concerned, I don't really know how many of you guys would actually watch them. I would love to make them. Love, love, love teaching, like I said. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are interested in seeing, and just any video requests that you have, just leave them down below. If not now, I will end up teaching anatomy again in the future, and I think it would be amazing to be one of your professors. How incredible would that be? Do you feel pressure from your parents or culture to date or marry even if you are content being single? Yes and no. For the most part, it's no. And the reason for that is because growing up, we were never really part of the Indian community, at least locally. We would always go to the Gurdwara, which is another name for an Indian church or temple. We would always go to the one in Toronto. A bunch of you guys probably know it. It's Dixie Gurdwara. I know that place like the back of my hand. I feel like Toronto is like a second home to me. We kind of did our own thing. When I'm saying we, I'm referring to my immediate family members. So the 6 of us, my 3 siblings and my 2 parents. The 6 of us have never really been influenced by the Indian community or what they're doing. We just do our own thing, focus on our careers or our education. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's kind of how I like it, and I've always liked it that way. And to be quite honest with you, the number of Indian weddings I've gone to in 29 years has been 2. I don't really attend Indian functions. I go to church. I am religious. And yes, because I am getting older, obviously you want to settle down. Obviously your parents want to see you settle down before they get much older. I feel a little bit of pressure in that sense. Besides that, I don't really feel pressure. I don't really care what other people have to say or think, because regardless, at the end of the day, people are always going to think what they want to think and say what they have to say. Just don't be influenced by it, and that's pretty much how I've been growing up. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you want more Q&As, be sure to let me know down below or thumbs up this video. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to click on the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. This girl is lost tonight.